What if I told you that within the next 5 years, the cash in your wallet might become as obsolete as a floppy disk? The technology that's quietly replacing cash isn't what most people think it is, and the speed of this transformation is shocking even payment experts. Right now, as you're listening to this, a 2024 Forrester study reveals that global cash usage is dropping by 40% this year alone. But here's what gets really interesting. The Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco found that cash transactions in U.S. businesses plummeted from 40% in 2012 to just 18% in 2022. That's more than a 50% decline in just 10 years. The question isn't whether cash will disappear, it's which technology will replace it first. Today, we're diving deep into the 5 revolutionary technologies that are quietly making cash extinct. And technology number 3 is already processing payments faster than you can blink. The digital wallet revolution. Your phone becomes your bank. Let's start with the most visible change happening right now. Digital wallets aren't just convenient, they're becoming the primary way people pay for everything. A 2025 study by Cash Free Payments found there are now 2.8 billion mobile wallet users globally, and this number is exploding to 4.8 billion by 2028. But here's the jaw-dropping statistic. In the United States, 53% of consumers now use digital wallets more often than traditional payment methods like cash or physical cards. Think about your own behavior. When was the last time you fumbled for exact change or waited for a cashier to count bills? Digital wallets like Apple Pay, Google Pay, and Samsung Pay have made transactions so seamless that many people forget they're even paying. The numbers tell an incredible story. FIS Global reports that wallet payments made up 54% of global e-commerce transaction volume in 2023, and they're projected to reach 61% by 2026. In China, an astonishing 87% of internet users made mobile payments in 2023, primarily through Alipay and WeChat Pay. Meanwhile, contactless card usage in the United States grew by 150% between 2020 and 2023. But here's what most people don't realize about digital wallets. They're not just replacing cash, they're evolving into comprehensive life management platforms. A December 2024 MasterCard report reveals that digital wallets are integrating payments, identity verification, loyalty programs, and even healthcare records into single applications. The convenience factor is undeniable. With digital wallets, you can split a dinner bill with friends using voice commands, pay for parking without leaving your car, or send money internationally in seconds rather than days. You can store boarding passes, concert tickets, and loyalty cards alongside your payment methods. But convenience is just the beginning. The real game changer is happening at the technology level. Central bank digital currencies, when governments go digital. Here's where it gets fascinating. While private companies are racing to digitize payments, governments worldwide are creating their own digital currencies. These aren't cryptocurrencies. They're official government money in digital form. The Atlantic Council tracks this global transformation, and their latest data is mind-blowing. 134 countries, representing 98% of global GDP, are actively exploring central bank digital currencies. That means virtually every major economy is planning a digital version of their currency. 3 countries have already launched CBDCs: the Bahamas, Jamaica, and Nigeria. But the real story is China's digital yuan pilot program. According to 2024 data from the People's Bank of China, they've processed 7 trillion digital yuan transactions worth $986 billion across 17 provinces. That's nearly 4 times their volume from just 1 year earlier. But here's what makes CBDCs different from other digital payments. They're backed by central banks with the same guarantees as physical cash. Unlike private digital wallets that rely on commercial banks, CBDCs would be direct government money that you could hold in a digital wallet. The Bank of England estimates that managing physical cash costs up to 1.5% of a country's GDP. Digital currencies eliminate printing, transporting, and securing physical money. That's billions of dollars in savings for major economies. However, there's a major plot twist in this story. In January 2025, US President Trump issued an executive order explicitly prohibiting federal agencies from establishing any CBDC initiatives. This creates a fascinating global divide where most countries are embracing digital currencies while the United States science resists. Biometric payments, your body becomes your wallet. But here's where the technology gets truly futuristic. What if you didn't need a phone, card, or even a digital wallet? What if your fingerprint, face, or voice was your payment method? Biometric payments are exploding right now. Good Intelligence's 2025 report predicts that 3.5 billion people will use biometric technology to secure payments by 2030, generating $11.3 billion in revenue for biometric suppliers. The technology is already here, and it's more advanced than most people realize. Amazon One lets you pay with just your palm print at Whole Foods stores, and the system is expanding to stadiums and office buildings. MasterCard is testing fingerprint recognition cards that authenticate transactions without PINs or signatures. Apple Pay uses Face ID to verify purchases in milliseconds, with 3D facial recognition that's virtually impossible to fool. Major banks are embracing this technology rapidly. JP Morgan Chase has implemented voice authentication for phone banking, reducing call times by 30%. Bank of America uses facial recognition at ATMs, eliminating the need for cards entirely. In Japan, 7-Eleven stores are rolling out staffless locations where customers access the store and make payments using only facial recognition profiles. But here's the most surprising development. Voice payments are projected to reach $164 billion by 2025. India's Reserve Bank is adding voice payment technology to their unified payments interface, used by over 350 million people. Users can simply speak payment instructions into their mobile devices using AI-powered speech recognition. The security advantages are remarkable. Each person's voice has over 100 unique physical and behavioral characteristics. Your facial features, fingerprints, and voice patterns are nearly impossible to replicate. This multi-factor biometric authentication could eliminate payment fraud more effectively than any traditional security method. Real-world applications are expanding beyond payments. Airports use facial recognition for boarding passes and duty-free purchases. Hotels allow guests to pay for room service using voice commands. Even vending machines now accept fingerprint payments on college campuses. Yet, there's a catch. As AI becomes more sophisticated, experts worry about deepfake technology. Carnegie Mellon's Rahul Talang warns that AI can now spoof voices and facial images more convincingly than ever before. Banks are responding by combining multiple biometric factors, requiring both fingerprint and facial recognition for high-value transactions. Artificial intelligence, the invisible payment guardian. Speaking of AI, here's the technology that's quietly revolutionizing payments behind the scenes. Artificial intelligence isn't just preventing fraud, it's making payments faster, smarter, and more intuitive than ever before. MasterCard's Decision Intelligence Pro demonstrates this perfectly. Their AI system scans 1 trillion data points in less than 50 milliseconds to determine whether a transaction is genuine or fraudulent. This boosts fraud protection rates by an average of 20% and as much as 300% in some cases. But the scope of AI in payments extends far beyond fraud detection. Machine learning algorithms now predict when your card might be declined and automatically route transactions through alternative networks for better approval rates. They analyze spending patterns to detect unusual behavior that might indicate account takeover before any money is stolen. But AI is doing much more than security. Goldman Sachs predicts over $200 billion in AI investments in Europe next year alone. AI-powered payment systems are creating personalized checkout experiences, optimizing transaction routing for better approval rates, and even predicting customer payment preferences. Consider how AI personalizes your payment experience right now when you shop online. AI determines which payment methods to show you first based on your history and preferences. It calculates optimal delivery options based on your location and past choices. It even adjusts pricing and promotional offers in real time based on your shopping behavior. The Payments Association reports that AI is enabling variable recurring payments through open banking, allowing customers to set up dynamic subscriptions that adjust automatically based on usage. This technology is transforming everything from utility payments to streaming services. But here's the most fascinating AI development: invisible payments. By 2025, AI will enable completely frictionless transactions where payments happen automatically without any customer action. Think Amazon Go stores where you simply walk out with items, or Uber rides where payment processes seamlessly in the background. Contactless and voice, the touch-free future. The final piece of this puzzle is contactless technology, which received massive acceleration during the pandemic, but is now evolving far beyond simple card tapping. Recent data shows that 94.6% of eligible card transactions in the UK were contactless in 2024. NFC-enabled smartphones now account for more than 85% of the global smartphone market. market, enabling secure tap-to-pay capabilities across most devices. But the real innovation is happening with voice-activated payments. You can now say, "Pay the electricity bill," or "Order my favorite coffee" to smart speakers and watches, and the transaction completes automatically. This technology uses natural language processing and biometric authentication to ensure security while providing unprecedented convenience. The technology works by converting human speech from analog to digital form, then using AI-enhanced voice recognition to interpret and execute spoken commands. Major financial institutions like the Royal Bank of Canada have already introduced voice payments through Siri integration. However, challenges remain. Voice assistants still struggle with different accents and languages. Privacy concerns make some consumers hesitant to allow devices to listen constantly. Security experts worry about voice cloning technology that could potentially spoof authentication systems. The timeline: when cash becomes obsolete. So, when will cash actually disappear? The answer depends on where you live and how quickly these technologies achieve mass adoption. Sweden is already nearly cashless, with digital payments dominating most transactions. China's digital payment ecosystem, led by Alipay and WeChat Pay, processes 84 trillion yuan annually in non-cash payments. India's UPI system handled over 34 billion transactions in 2023. But even in rapidly digitalizing economies, cash maintains important functions. It serves as a backup during natural disasters when digital infrastructure fails. It provides financial access for the 1.4 billion people worldwide who remain unbanked. And cultural preferences still matter. 1/3 of Americans and Europeans still rank cash as their favorite payment method. The European Central Bank found that cash was still used in 52% of transactions in 2024, despite Europe's advanced digital payment infrastructure. This suggests that the transition to cashless society will be gradual rather than sudden. However, the trend is undeniable. As digital payment technology becomes more secure, convenient, and universally accessible, cash usage will continue declining rapidly. The combination of digital wallets, biometric authentication, AI-powered security, and government-backed digital currencies creates a perfect storm for cash obsolescence. Your payment future starts now. The technology replacing cash isn't just one innovation. It's an interconnected ecosystem of digital wallets, central bank digital currencies, biometric authentication, artificial intelligence, and contactless systems working together. Within 5 years, you'll likely authenticate payments with your voice or fingerprint, receive instant government transfers through digital currencies, and complete most transactions without touching any device. Cash won't disappear overnight, but it will become increasingly irrelevant for daily transactions. The question isn't whether this future will arrive, it's whether you're prepared for it. Start by exploring digital wallet options, understanding biometric payment security, and staying informed about your country's CBDC developments. The payment revolution is happening right now. The only question is, are you ready to go cashless? What payment technology do you think will dominate first? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the technologies shaping our future.